Hello, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. Yeah, here I am with my microphone in hand. We're going to be making a wonderful meal tonight. Yeah, we've got the camera deluxe here on the kitchen. And welcome to my kitchen, by the way, and welcome to the David's kitchen. My amazing cactus plants. I know, it's not amazing. It's a beautiful glass crystal that one of my family members got me. Very nice. Yeah, so let's take a look at the food. We don't need the toaster hooked up. All right, so today we're going to be making a meatball combo dish. Right. There they are. I'm going to go veggie meatball noodles. All right. Because, well, let me get in the chat room and talk to you folks. Hang on. Yeah, it takes me a while. You'll have to excuse the startup time. Everything takes time now. Yeah. We've got a variety of things happening. The new internet, I'd like to call this, but the new censored internet, I'd like to refer to it as, if that's okay. Yeah, I know a lot of you are like freaking out. What's going on, man? That doesn't work there. Okay, good. Well, there's a lot of things that the internet can do that nobody can stop. And I think Technology Thursday could kind of focus on that today. I got a tighter shirt on. Is that okay? Yeah, you don't have to answer that. There we go. That should work. Okay. You'd think David would pick a dark shirt to hide his man titties? I've got sculpted physique, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. But Tom, you know that's that's a pretty bad thing to say to anybody, especially a guy who's got a sculpted physique, I mean, I'm like vectoring now. You see the waistline shrinking? It's looking good, man. Yeah, I've definitely had a 38 waist. Okay, if you're wondering, yeah. Am I going to do the hard crunches and really work toward the 36 waist? No, no, Tom. No. You say man titties? Well, they're technically man boobs, or yeah. Get with a technical term, man boobs. Moobs, they call them. But no, I have very strong. You wouldn't believe how strong I am in the upper torso. I wear a thick shirt because I don't want to show, strength underneath my. Well, this camera's working pretty well considering. The settings are so. I'm going to open up Periscope and get that rolling. Hey, that's the zero water filter, by the way. That's the thing I was telling you get for $19. And somebody said, yeah, it's made in China. Well, okay, but does it work? Who cares? It's made in China, whatever. Well, let's be clear. I don't care who's making it. Oh, we can't support the Chinese people. Why not? Especially if they're making water filters. What's wrong with you people? How dare you? Hey, Jeff. Jeff Epstein, everybody, celebrity chatter. Sure. What were you wondering again, Jeff? You're wondering about the man boobs? Is that all you got to say, Jeff? Seriously? Jeez. You could do better. Yeah, not many people have the physical strength that I have at my age. I mean, my goodness. You wouldn't want to meet me in a dark alley. No. I'm not the kind of guy you want to walk up to and just start, messing with. Well, I perfected I should tell you, I perfected the jab. Yeah. I've been working out on the jab like a lot. Hey, this is going to be 5 more days of Periscope. So let's enjoy it while we can. We're going to view the broadcast. If you're at third party, you can see the broadcast at third party. Okay, this is going to be 5 more days. All right, then Periscope's going to be dropped because the censorship continues on the internet. Can you imagine letting companies buy up and then shut down anything that might be a competitor? And I doubt Twitter's going to have anything close to Periscope. Yeah, well, I can tell you, if that's all you got to talk about, you got to work on your speech. Oh, is a sarcastic remark, Jeff? Oh, so you don't want to talk about man boobs? We'll be doing, I'll be doing Tiny Chat, and I'm going to be recording my videos for the David Unleashed box set. Yeah, I'm working on a David Unleashed compilation video. I see something pointing in your shirt pocket. Is that your nipple? You know, if it was, what difference does it make? Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have a nipple showing, you'd think I was a robot, which clearly is not what the primary program is designed to do. I am here to look like a human being. Keyword robot. Keyword robot. Keyword robot. Scratch that. I'm David Sponheim, and I'm going to give you a dinner, okay? Oh man, I just can't believe you give me all this crap about the nipple. You're so screwed up, Tom. Tom, you're the same guy that hates women, right? That had that bad experience with you when your mother pulled her nipple away from you when you were suckling on it. Okay, let's get that pan going. Okay, magically turn it on by adjusting the dial. Level 3 would be good on the rear. I should have had time to polish that. I normally have a cleaner surface, but you can't really see that. Okay, today's dinner is going to include what I paid 78 cents for, but normally would be about $3.99. Meatballs from Adele's, caramelized onion meatballs. Normally $4 for this. This is a really good product. Fairly salty though. It's going to have about 2,000 milligrams of salt in this dish, but that's going to be all the salt we'll be experiencing. You can make any kind of a vegetable. I'm going with beautiful crookneck squash, which I got for $1.29 a pound, which is a pretty good deal. Broccoli for about the same. And an onion, which this is organic right here. The onion is, but the other two are not. And then I went to Kroger, or my version of Kroger, Fred Meyer, and picked up the only organic egg noodle on the market. Check this out. The only organic egg noodle made by Simple Truth Organic. There's not another one, and I've looked. Now, why would you choose egg noodles, you say? Well, number one, egg noodles are very easy to cook, and you can store them in a car when you're traveling. And they're also a little bit more nutritious, especially the one I got, organic, non-GMO. Especially that, a lot more nutrition, I should say, than ramen. All right. So let's take a look at the cutting board. See how we're doing on the board. Yeah, Jeff. Wait a second, Jeff. What were you saying? Well, organics, Simple Organics has an egg noodle. You should buy a bunch of them, especially for the compound out there on, what is it, Big? Little? It's Big St. James, right? Yeah, we all know you're out there, man. Yeah, you might as well just accept the fact that you'll be pardoned when I become president, right? Yeah, I'll even cut you slack. I mean, faking your death was one thing, right? And you didn't do anything wrong. You already served your time. I mean, what's the big deal? All right. We will have to take a look at your underground facility at Little St. James Island, though. Yeah. Yeah, there's some other factors involved and a lot of other people that will be prosecuted, but not you, Jeff. I know you were lured into the Mossad. It's no big deal. Yeah, we know that you didn't really want to join. Yeah, Ghislaine will tell everybody, and she'll be pardoned too, of course. Yeah, you guys are going to live a good life once I'm president. I'm not protecting any crimes that you've committed because you haven't committed any crimes. Have you? Oh, the onion. Yes, let's do the onion. Do the onion. Okay, here we go. But before we do the onion, let's do the safflower spray, and I gave it a big fill. This stuff is the best oil to cook with. It's a high omega-3, and it also heats up to 400 degrees, no problem, without degrading. Excuse me. All right. The famous spray, a little bit of oil. No more than about a teaspoon of oil. I cut my oil down from two tablespoons at one point. I'm down to like a teaspoon. Okay. You know the drill. The best part about cooking is it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, we'll cover that up, and I'm going to try not to burn the breadboard, because remember, Jeffrey saved the breadboard last time. Yeah, so do you think that'd be a good deal? I mean, think about it. You know, once I reach the presidency, we can look at getting you back on track, pardon you. Yeah, faking your death in such a terrible manner was really just not appropriate, you know? There had to be a better way, right? Okay, moving on. They're not blunt, no. And I just cut that knife. Oh, if you want to say it was blunt, I'll bring the. Oh yeah. You're not going to get that to go stick with me, man. Here we go. Yeah, for a 1967 Rogers and Master Guild, it's a pretty sharp knife. So I want you to back off of the incessant criticism about the bluntness of the knife. Let's take it over and rinse it off. All right, there you go. That's the way to do it. Okay, Jeff. Oh, I'm doing just fine. Thanks anyway. Jeff, thanks. Well, Jeff's going to remain dead. So I will still believe that you're alive, but that's fine. Yeah. If you think that's going to work, good luck. Once I fully reveal that you're alive, Jeff, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to pretend like you're dead. But, you know, for right now, go ahead. Pretend that you're dead. Exactly. You know, I was interested to find out there's no law against faking your death. You're not even, they can't even prosecute at a federal level, especially in the state of New York. I just want to share all your options. I'm not a legal attorney or any kind of an expert on some subjects, but you know, I did look that up when that guy faked his death. What was his name? T. Rucker. I couldn't believe it. The guy pretended like he died and claimed well, whatever. I guess some people can claim they're dead. Yeah, there's no law against it. I guess it's a kind of a quick way to get out from under debt. Jeez. I can only imagine how people are, escaping massive bankruptcies. Oh yeah, I just became John Doe. Seems like a real loophole in our system, don't you think? Okay, now once that's going, I'm going to get the beauty of this meal is it's pretty simple. Okay, so we're getting that up to level 3 with the onions in it. I'm going to I'm just kind of roll that along. I'm going to throw the meatballs in with the onions. We're talking real simple here, you know, pre-made, not like last time when I did have a package of these, but yeah, they weren't, I'm telling you, they make them better at Adele's than I could possibly make them. So I'm going to go with that process. And remember, the theme here is easy. Easy peasy. Okay, see how easy that is? Just cut the pack. I just pulled it out of the freezer, so there's little chips of ice coming off of it. Yeah, you can pull it right out of the freezer like 2 hours before your meal. Okay, here we go. Plop, plop, plop. One last meatball hanging in there. See how easy that was? And now look at all that plastic waste that I got to throw out. I have no use for it. Jeez. Now that's just sand, see? Now, as you can see, I like to use the stalk of the broccoli, which, as you know, is a cruciferous vegetable, with low Roundup residue. Broccoli has one of the lowest amounts of residue of any Roundup residue. So if you're buying regular broccoli, not organic, you're fine. And it's a really good vegetable, full of calcium and vitamin C, believe it or not, and B vitamins too. So I'm a big supporter of broccoli, unlike George New World Order H.W. Bush, who didn't like it. Remember that signing of the note that Jeb Bush read when they buried their father, George H.W.? Did you remember Jeb and his reaction when he looked at the note that they handed around, the Secret Service handed around? Oh, there's video out there of it. I mean, Jeb looked at it, he went completely pale. Yeah. Completely pale. Yeah, I know. Laura Bush handed it to him, and she was like, look at this. And he's like, now he read that within a second. So the only worded structure that could have been possibly written in that area in such a short time, there were only a couple of phrases that would have shocked the hell out of him. And the only phrase that I can think of is they killed him. They killed him. Yep, they killed him. You know, we heard a week before George H.W. Bush died, there was a whole rumor on the rumor mill on 4chan and whatnot. I listen to people who listen to it. I don't go to 4chan. But there was a rumor that he wanted to talk. Yeah, 1 week before he died. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And then, of course, that note, and they're like, his shock and disbelief on his face. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's all water under the bridge now, right? Tom, that's the best part of the vegetable that other people throw away. That stalk is filled with nutrition. Oh my God. Now, same with lettuce. When you eat lettuce, you get the stalk. It's filled with nutrition. It's got more nutrition than the leaves. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of like dice this up and throw it on with the onions. Okay. We're going to throw all the vegetables in at the same time. I'm going to kind of cut the florets off so they'll break up in the dish. Yeah, everything's going in at the same time. Now I do have a green pepper, but it's not really on the dish list. And we should have enough pepper. Well, actually, I could use my green pepper since I added the word veggie. That would be kind of good, I think, with the noodles. I'm going to dice the squash, but big dice, like 1/2 inch, like that. There we go. Yeah, you know, that's not much sharper, Tom. It's perfectly sharp when I started the whole thing, but it's really, you know. David's got the biggest balls of them all. Oh yeah, well, you got to have some big balls to take on the big wigs, you know. It's true. Well, I will admit that. I've got the kahunas. Most people didn't have the guts to speak their truth, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people succumb to peer pressure, group pressure, family pressure. I'm more like a cool rock. I'm like a complete inert cool rock. That's why I've been able to hold out on the internet so long. They can't figure out how I can keep doing the show without absolutely no profit, no money coming in at all. I mean, I think a couple people made donations, and if you do make a donation, You might keep my VPN going. So thank you very much if you do donate to America's Third Party. I appreciate that. You can do it at americasthirdparty.com. The site still takes donations, and I made some changes today on the site. It still has the old logo, but I'll be updating all that. I'm just kind of trimming the site, getting it ready to redo it. All right, so that's got the onions and the meatballs are rolling around in there. And now a surprise twist. Yeah, I'm going to throw a little water in. Here we go. No more than I'd say a quarter cup. Yeah, we're still getting that steam. And then I'm going to take the temperature up to level 6 now. Okay. And I'm going to add all these vegetables, and I'll put the broccoli, everything together. Right on top. Broccoli should go on top. That'll steam a little bit faster on top and won't hit the grill. This I'm going to break up like that. Otherwise, it'll be hard to break up in the meal. So people want to get a little spear if they're going to be eating this, especially if you're making 5. All right, now we're going to give it a little splash of seasoning, and I choose Italian seasoning. This is almost like a pasta primavera, but with noodles. Okay. Now, here's the beauty of noodles. We're going to put filtered water in here. Doesn't have to be a lot, as much as you think will cover the noodles you'll be using. And I've got a half a bag of noodles, so I'm going to use about that much water. Okay, I'm going to put that on this burner over here. And turning the handle this way, never put a handle out like that. That's super dangerous. If somebody grabs it like a kid, that could definitely burn themselves terribly. It happened to a kid I knew when I was a kid. Okay, I'm going to put that at level 6 too. Now, I picked up some sea salt, some more sea salt, so we've got that in spades. I'm going to use the rest of the sea salt I have here, Himalayan sea salt, and salt the water. Yeah, the water you can salt, because that's going to drain out. A lot of it will. But you know, the noodles have to have a taste, so see how much sea salt I have here. Well, that's a lot of sea salt. That's way more than you need. That's about all the sea salt you need right there. Okay. I picked up another one of those containers at Ross for Less the other day. It's a good store. I actually like Ross for Less. It's it's got a full mix of people. A lot of minorities shop there. I think they like the values, which is great. You know, I guess I'm going to be a minority. You know, we have 53% of the population is Caucasian, but you know, I could become a minority someday. No filtered water, please. No, I did not steal any idea of Victory for Cake. No, that's not true. The blimp idea was mine, and I will pursue it once I reach the White House. If I don't get to the White House, my prototype is looking good. I enjoy making prototypes, so if I can get the prototype to fly, we can get some venture capital on it. You know, I have only worn blackface 2 times in my life. Blackface 1 and blackface 2. But if we have another run with Michelle, if she claims she backed out of politics, but if she decides to run, because technically Kamala is not black, we know that. But if Michelle decides to run, I'm going to do blackface 3, which will be blackface and drag. If Michelle runs, if she doesn't run for president, I won't do it. There was a sea there at one time. Yeah, the entire world was covered with water at one point. You didn't know that? Maybe you should read the Bible. You don't believe in the Great Flood? Wow. Okay. See, both things are running at level 6 right now. Yeah, things are going very well. We got a steam fry over here and boil over there. You know, she must do hormone injections because she's got some sort of she's got at least a C cup. Or is it a B cup? Yeah, I don't even come in as A cups. These are completely sculpted pecs. I've got, yeah, I don't even know where you're coming from. Other than the fact that you're obviously gay. Otherwise, you wouldn't talk about my nipples all the time. Why does 13% of the population commit 50% of the violence? Because 13% of the population is being starved out and treated like shit by the elitists. Let me ask all of you a question. I guess that is a question. Well, that's not really a question when I say let me. I'm going to ask you a question. If you had nothing and you were living in a dumpster in Rio de Janeiro, what would be your game plan? Go to the library and get an education when you smell like, a dumpster? What's your game plan? Put yourself in the. Now, I'm not saying but that's exactly the life a lot of people are leading. Dumpster children in Rio de Janeiro. Think about that for a while. Yeah, and get back to me. All right? I know what you're saying. You're saying, David, you seem to have the same physique as Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe you could play Terminator in the new movie. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Why couldn't I do that? Yeah. Maria, I only pressed Mildred's breast once, and then we had the baby, my love child. I'm working on robotic moves, so you think like I'm a robot. Today is Technology Thursday. All right, we're doing great. Let's give it a little, I call it a secret stir. Okay. It didn't really know I stirred it, but I went in there with this wooden spatula, manipulated it. Is he even reading the comments? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I not be reading the comments? What do you mean he reads them sometimes? I'm reading everything you write. And you in particular, Tom, I'm reading nothing but you. Jeffrey is kind of quiet today. I guess he's realizing his fate. Poor guy. Poor Jeffrey. How would you like to be dead in the eyes of everybody around you, denying you your own identity? Think about that for a while, Feel sorry for the guy. Unless, of course, he did do those heinous things to those girls, then don't feel sorry for him. Jeffrey, are you still here? Well, I know that most of you don't care, so you gave up on Pizzagate. Okay, we got a boil over here, but I care. Okay, so open that bag up and then pour those noodles right in there. Give it a little stir. Keep it at level 6. Man. Are you ready for my trick? Okay. Now pour more water on this dish. Then put that in there. All right. to get a little more flavor to the noodles. We're still cooking this. It's still steaming fine, no problem. There's a little water around the vegetables. You want kind of like a steam fry. But the meat's kind of, spreading its taste to the vegetables. All right, now you can use garlic powder if you want. Accessing garlic powder. I don't recommend ginger or anything like that because you're dealing with a meat product. I like ginger, but, not that much. It's not a tamo. Okay, I'm going to get back to chat here. Meat is spreading. Hey, you need to wear the apron. It is the Cutco knife right over here. That is the Cutco knife, the $30 Cutco knife. It even says Cutco on it. Yeah, isn't that nice? I'm never going to lose this knife. I even take it with me on trips. It's the best knife I've ever bought. And he was right. Okay, you're going to get a little foaming going on here. So, yeah. So if you're foaming at the mouth, you want to lift the cover a little bit there and then kind of like let it foam down. And now turn the flame down to 3 on both of them. All right, the egg noodles take about 8 minutes max, maybe 6. Actually, I do it in 4. I'm going to get the bowl to put everything together. I'm not going to leave you there with this. I've got one more little addition I've got up my sleeve. Okay. I want you to know you can make this entire meal with shrimp. All right. I have here some of the best food on earth. I've got Vermont Creamery cultured butter. Isn't that beautiful? And I've got organic Humboldt sour cream. That's not low fat. That's got the cream and so this is perhaps the very fattening saturated fat combo here. But Vermont cultured butter is incredible. I mean, I've had butter, and I must tell you, that's got to be one of the best tasting butters out there. It's not special. It's just, it's not non-GMO or anything. It's just made incredibly well. They know what they're doing. All right, so what I'm going to do here is the noodles are done. But I'm going to leave them in their water a little bit and let them kind of like sit there. Okay. I'm going to give this entire meal over here a little bit of butter and a little bit of sour cream. So that is really top quality. I bought this on sale. So if you want to use regular sour cream or even non-fat, that's fine. But I'm going to put that in there. Two big tablespoons. Okay, I'm just going to let that heat up. And I'm going to add butter too over there. Take the same spoon and just grab a big wedge of butter. And throw that on top of your big vegetable dish. Okay, we're just adding flavor and a little bit of creaminess. Now, if you have a thing called, I guess Alfredo sauce is very good, but oh man, that Humboldt sour cream. I got to save some for Sarah. She loves that stuff. It's from a company that she grew up next to. She grew up in Eureka. That's where I met her. Eureka. Okay, I'm going to turn that burner off. And that burner off. I'm turning all the burners off. That's incredible stuff. Wow. I've been pretty fortunate buying discounted food, I must say. Normally wouldn't be able to get good deals like that. I think I got that for 99 cents. It's normally like $4 for a container like that. So sour cream is a really nice added feature to a white sauce. Now, if you have cream of mushroom soup, that might work. Yeah, even a half a can of that. But you need some sort of a white sauce. Yeah, you really do. Okay, let's go ahead and move this out of here. Go into the kitchen. We're going to drain the entire egg noodle. Putting the egg noodle in this container, but what I'm going to do is put a little oil down. So the egg noodle doesn't stick to the bottom. Okay. Cover that up. Put that on the burner. It's warm. This I'm going to start mixing up right now. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to put a little garlic powder on it. Kind of melts together, you see that? Kind of glaze everything. Yeah, it's very nice. It mixes with the sauce and the water underneath. All right. Okay. I'll be right there, hang on. Okay, then I'm going to take Parmesan cheese. Go like that. Beautiful. A little more garlic right on top of the noodles. A little more oil. Okay. And then we're going to take the entire meal and put it right on top of the noodles. Beautiful. Okay. Kind of press it in a little bit. The meatballs will stay intact. Now you can get these Swedish meatballs at like IKEA, and they have really good Swedish meatballs. They're highly rated actually. Yeah, Swedish meatballs are at Costco. You can buy these in bulk and keep them in the freezer. And as far as more sauce, yes, definitely add Alfredo sauce from a jar. I just don't want to do that because I'm kind of cutting calories right now. All right, great. Yeah, I'm down to 222. I'm probably going to get to 215, but my license says 225. So I left a little wiggle room there in case I do pick up a lot of upper body. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of work upper body wise. I'm starting a whole regime. I noticed that when I was playing basketball the other day that, I've been doing so many bicep works that it's actually hard for me to shoot a basketball. I mean, I normally make shots from 3-point range and I'm having a hard time shooting it that far. So when the body gets a little older and you're working out, I mean, there's a lot of things you have to compensate for, but hopefully I'll get my 3-point shot back. Yeah. I'm working on free throws right now. I used to be like 85% at the free throw line. I'm thinking I could get up to 80% maybe. I'm hoping to get to 100%. It requires perfecting your physical body to match the configuration of the basketball and the hoop. Hey, let's get into the other room. I'm going to start the other show, but you just saw how quick it is to make a meal. All right, thanks for coming in, and I'll be uploading this to youtube.com/David John Sponheim. All right. See you in a bit.